North Korea says it has successfully tested a nuclear weapon that could be loaded onto a long-range missile. The secretive communist state said its sixth nuclear test was a perfect success, hours after seismologists had detected an earth tremor. Pyongyang said it had tested a hydrogen bomb, a device many times more powerful than an atomic bomb. Analysts say the claims should be treated with caution, but its nuclear capability is clearly advancing. North Korea last carried out a nuclear test in September 2016. It has defied UN sanctions and international pressure to develop nuclear weapons and to test missiles which could potentially reach the mainland US. South Korean officials said the latest test took place in Jeju County, where the North's Punggye-ri nuclear test site is situated. The artificial quake was 9.8 times more powerful than the tremor from the North's fifth test, the state weather agency said. It came hours after Pyongyang said it had miniaturized a hydrogen bomb for use on a long-range missile, and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un was pictured with what state media said was a new type of hydrogen bomb. State media said the device could be loaded onto a ballistic missile. In a report on Sunday, the North's state news agency KCNA said Kim Jong-un had visited scientists at the Nuclear Weapons Institute and guided the work for nuclear weaponization. The North has previously claimed to have miniaturized a nuclear weapon, but experts have cast doubt on this. There is also skepticism about the North's claims to have developed a hydrogen bomb. However, this does appears to be the biggest and most successful nuclear test by North Korea to date, and the messaging is clear. North Korea wants to demonstrate it knows what makes a credible nuclear warhead. Nuclear weapons expert Catherine Dill told the BBC it was not yet clear exactly what nuclear weapon design was tested. But based on the seismic signature, the yield of this test definitely is an order of magnitude higher than the yields of the previous tests. Current information did not definitively indicate that a thermonuclear weapon had been tested, but it appears to be a likely possibility at this point, she said. Hydrogen bombs use fusion, the merging of atoms, to unleash huge amounts of energy, whereas atomic bombs use nuclear fission, or the splitting of atoms. South Korean President Moon Jae-in said North Korea's sixth nuclear test should be met with the strongest possible response, including new United Nations Security Council sanctions to completely isolate the country. North Korea has ignored the international community's widespread opposition, again carrying out a nuclear test. China's government expresses resolute opposition and strong condemnation toward this, the foreign ministry said in a statement. Japan's chief cabinet secretary Yoshihide Suga said sanctions against North Korea should include restrictions on the trade of oil products. Russia meanwhile said the test defied international law and urged all sides involved to hold talks, saying this was the only way to resolve the Korean Peninsula's problems. The head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, the global nuclear watchdog, described the test as an extremely regrettable act. Yuki Amano added, "This new test, which follows the two tests last year and is the sixth since 2006, is in complete disregard of the repeated demands of the international community." North Korea's sixth nuclear test, probably its largest so far, sends out one clear political signal. Despite the bluster and threats from the Trump administration in Washington and near universal condemnation from around the world, Pyongyang is not going to halt or constrain its nuclear activities. Worryingly, it also suggests that this is a program that is progressing on all fronts at a faster rate than many had expected. So far, all efforts to pressure North Korea, sanctions, isolation, and military threats, have all failed to move Pyongyang. Could more be done? Certainly, but the harshest economic pressure would potentially cripple the regime and push it towards catastrophe, something China is unwilling to countenance. Containment and deterrence will now come to the fore as the world adjusts its policy from seeking to roll back Pyongyang's weapons program to living with a nuclear-armed North Korea. The first suggestion that this was to be a far from normal Sunday in the region came when seismologists' equipment started picking up readings of an earth tremor in the area where North Korea has conducted nuclear tests before. Initial reports from the U.S. Geological Survey put the tremor at 5.6 magnitude with a depth of 10 kilometers, 6 miles. But this was later upgraded to 6.3 magnitude at 0 kilometers. Then Japanese Foreign Minister Taro Kono said there was no doubt this was North Korea's sixth nuclear test. Finally, in a radio broadcast that had been trailed as a major announcement, North Korean state media confirmed this was no earthquake. What do you think about this news? Scroll down and comment. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Goodbye and see you again.